Here is the fastest way to level up your weapons in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone Season 1 right now. Most of these methods will max out your weapon level in under 20 to 30 minutes, very quick. Just be sure to leave a like if you find the video useful, and feel free to check out my other Season 1 videos like how to level up the Battle Pass fast, Warzone tips, camo guides, that kind of thing. We're going to cover tips across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone Battle Royale and DMZ, so feel free to use the timestamps in the description if you want to jump to a specific part of the video. Without further ado, let's get into the tips. So we'll start off with Modern Warfare 2. An important thing to start off with is the class setup, just because many people don't know that lots of your class setup can actually help you secretly earn more weapon XP. So we'll quickly talk about that and then we'll move on to the actual main methods. So for the perks, tier 1 you're going to want to put on extra tactical, and then either scavenger to resupply ammo from dead players or tracker to see enemy footprints. Tier 2 you want to put on fast hands to reload faster, and in tier 3 you want to put on overclock to earn your field upgrade faster. For the tactical equipment you want to put on the decoy grenades, as these actually count towards weapon XP. For the lethal equipment you can put whatever you want, drill charge, C4, thermite, anything like that, it's all good. And for the field upgrades you want to put on the smoke airdrop, which is better, or the DDoS. And then for the score streaks you want to put on the UAV, counter UAV, and another option such as a sentry turret, VTOL, that kind of thing. The reason is all of these aspects of your class setup will actually get you more XP. The decoy grenades will give you weapon XP, I believe the lethal will as well, the field upgrade definitely will, and like I say the smoke airdrop is better for that, and also your score streaks will as well. Try to toggle it to score streaks rather than kill streaks. This will all count into your weapon XP, and obviously the perks will help kind of have more tacticals to get more weapon XP and so on, so it all helps. And the overclock perk also allows you to use your field upgrade more often. Other methods for multiplayer before we get into the actual best game modes and tips. First of all, as well as getting kills, you want to make sure to use your weapons to destroy enemy equipment, field upgrades, kill streaks, as this all adds up. And then you also want to go for more exciting kills for which you earn medals and hence more weapon XP, so for example like headshots, long shots, bloodthirsties, rapid kills, that kind of thing. The best game mode right now is kill confirmed, as this has lots of kills, but you also have to go for enemy and friendly dog tags, and the match is capped at 10 minutes, so it's pretty decent. Kill confirmed I'm sure a lot of people know is good because the tags count towards weapon XP, as do the kills and everything else. So my tips for kill confirmed: get as many kills as you can obviously, so you need to do this by checking the UAV and compass and minimap if you're in a core mode, listen for enemy callouts, reload when it's sensible, take cover when needed, and be more aggressive. In terms of your actual tactics for getting more weapon XP and kill confirmed, you want to collect as many tags as you can even if they didn't come from your kill directly. Also, if you die and then respawn, your blue tag will be worth 250 XP, which is very useful, so make sure you pick that up. And then for the decoy grenades, like I say, these also count as well towards weapon XP, as you get decoy assists. Every time you spawn in, throw a few of them into high flow areas of the map, like a center point of the map, and just watch the XP roll in from that point of view. This will all help to massively boost the amount of weapon XP you get with the weapon. Another mode which is good for multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 is the tier 1 mode, which is a hardcore light mode, as enemies have less health so die faster, so it's easy to get lots of kills and rack up weapon XP fast. Other objective modes would be good, like domination, hardpoint, those kind of ones, as completing the objectives do count towards your weapon XP too, so don't think it's all about kills, you also need to go for the objective. Now mosh pits like Shoot House, which is a new map in the game right now obviously from season 1, or Shipment, which comes later on in the season 1, these will be really good mosh pits, and ideally they'll be combined with good modes like kill confirmed and the tier 1 version to get even more weapon XP. So try and go for tier 1 if you can, and modes like kill confirmed in the mosh pits like Shoot House or Shipment when Shipment comes out, as those will be really, really fast for getting more tags, kills, weapon XP, all that kind of stuff. So that's one way to do it. You can also go into Invasion, which I'm sure a lot of people know about. So basically what you want to do is you want to focus on killing the AI bots that spawn in. So you want to keep your ammo topped up as much as possible. So go to ammo reserves, pick up as much ammo as you can, use scavenger, consider putting on the munitions box, field upgrade, that kind of thing. I recommend going into or near enemy spawns, as this will allow you to get more kills, and you can either flank around the edge of the map or use vehicles to get there. Once you're in or near enemy spawns, you can place attack insertion if you've decided to go for that instead, and this will allow you to respawn in the same place without having to trek across the map. And you want to just exploit opportunities to get lots of enemy kills, so for example in spawns, shooting AI enemies, deploying from helicopters periodically, that kind of thing. That is really insane for weapon XP, so definitely make the most of that, although it's a very commonly used method now, so it might not be as useful, but definitely would consider it if you can. So those are kind of the main ways for like the core weapons in Modern Warfare 2. But for the more difficult weapons, I'm thinking of things like the combat knife, launchers, riot shield, those kind of weapons that are a bit more difficult to level up because it's more difficult to get kills. There are a few alternatives which we'll talk about now. So first of all, you want to keep these more difficult weapons as your secondary weapon and then switch to it, for example when playing kill confirmed, when you're collecting the tag. So get a kill with whatever weapon you want to use, a normal weapon, have the secondary as like a combat knife, launcher, riot shield, whatever it is, and then when you go to pick up their tag or any other tag, switch to your secondary weapon, the one that's difficult to level up, and that will actually count for weapon XP towards that weapon weapon, and therefore this gets you a lot of passive weapon XP over time really fast, and it's useful because you're more likely to survive with your main primary weapon rather than running around the map with combat knife, although it can be useful to do that too if you feel confident doing so. For the riot shield especially though, you also want to try to always have that as your secondary weapon no matter what on your back, and this is because when an enemy shoots you in the back when you've got it on your back, and then if they die you'll get an assist, and that will give you passive weapon XP for the shield literally for doing nothing. So always try and have the shield on your back if you need to level it up, but also if you're going for other weapons, just equip them and then swap to them when you're picking up tags or going for objectives, that kind of thing. That's it for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. Obviously co-op can be good as well. I won't cover it in this video, but there are lots of good co-op strategies, and I'll probably cover a separate video on that in the future. But for Warzone 2.0, there's two main modes, obviously Battle Royale and DMZ. We're going to first talk about Battle Royale and then DMZ. So for Battle Royale, okay, there's currently no unlimited respawn mode, so for example Plunder, hence we have to play Battle Royale right now, but there are some very good weapon XP methods, and we'll talk about those now. So first of all, you can collect weapons from the floor as loot, or you can buy a loadout. You can either buy the whole loadout or your primary weapon alone, which is cheaper. So I'd say one of the best methods right now is to complete contracts. You've got the safe cracker and intel contracts. The safe cracker, you want to start the contract. There's 3 safes to open. When you open a safe, you'll detonate C4. Don't get too close or you'll take explosion damage. Try to get between the safes fast with a helicopter, ATV, quad bike, a vehicle like that. And once you've done those 3 safes, you'll get about 3,000 or so weapon XP, which is good. And obviously this is double if you put on a double weapon XP token. For the intel, you want to start a contract, find intel on a laptop, and then head to a computer terminal to upload the intel. This is fairly easy to do, but you want to have the weapon in your hand as you're uploading the intel. So no point having the other weapon, it needs to be the weapon you're trying to level up, otherwise it won't work. And once you upload the intel, you'll get 5,000 weapon XP, easy peasy, which obviously doubles if you've got double weapon XP. You want to use vehicles to complete contracts as fast as possible in the game, and you can try to land on a quieter area of the map away from the flight path, as I find that easier. So that's one method you can do. An alternative method which you can do on its own or together in Warzone would be to use the buy stations to actually level up weapons. So what you want to do is land in, collect cash. So ideally you want to land at business buildings, so for example shops, gas stations, hotels, all these things, as they'll have lots of cash registers which contain decent amount of cash. But you can also loot from most buildings, so check every room, every shelf, anywhere that might have cash, check it, there'll probably be some. But yeah, registers really good. Normally you get between $600 to like $2,000 literally just from one register, so it's really good. And then once you've looted enough cash or gained cash from contracts, so you can do the contracts to get your cash, which will also get you weapon XP, but once you've got enough cash, you want to head over to the buy station, and you can either just level up the weapon that you're using as floor loot or something that you found, because for me I've got loads of weapons I needed to level up still, so it doesn't matter what one I do. Or if you're dead set on leveling up a specific weapon, you can buy that weapon from the buy station for $5,000, and the rest of the money you use to buy armor plates. Obviously if you're not buying a weapon, just go straight for the armor plates and buy as many as you can, and once you've bought them, they're $400 a pack, but you want to literally keep spamming the button to buy as many as you can from the store, and this will get you quite a few weapon levels instantly just from minimal effort. So it's definitely worth, if you can, trying to head to a buy station to spend your cash to level up your weapons, because not only does like doing contracts, getting kills, that gets weapon XP, but also looting itself gets you weapon XP, which is you've been doing by getting cash and so on, and also buying stuff from the store will get you weapon XP too. So all those things together are going to get you a ton of weapon XP. You can easily max out your gun in one game. So that's it for Warzone. What about DMZ? Well, for DMZ, this is a new mode to Warzone 2. It involves spawning in, looting, doing objectives, killing enemies, which are AI enemies, and then exfilling. You can find floor loot or buy weapons in the game, or select a custom weapon to spawn in with, but obviously this has a cooldown, so it's up to you how you get the weapon you want to level up. But I imagine most people will want the insured weapon that you kind of can choose to spawn in with. It has more realism elements built in, because if you bring a weapon into DMZ and it's not one of the insured weapons, and you die without exfilling, you'll lose that weapon. You won't be able to spawn in with that weapon again until you find it as floor loot and exfil in the future. So it's more difficult in that sense. So you've got to be careful as to how risky you want to be, but if you're playing well with a team and you're not being silly, you should be good. Now each AI bot kill gives you about 100 weapon XP, and looting gives you weapon XP too, so keep looting as much as you can, keep getting as many AI bot kills as you can, and remember to restock ammo on a regular basis, and you'll easily fly through the levels to max out your guns pretty quickly. So those are the main methods. Now let's quickly talk about the weapon XP boosts for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone. First of all, double weapon XP weekends are going to be common. Take advantage of these, especially since the game has just launched. There'll probably be one soon. Also, double weapon XP tokens. You can get these from free PlayStation packs from the PlayStation Store. They're campaign has like 4 weapon XP tokens from completing certain levels. If you guys need help with that, I've got a campaign guides playlist available. The For You section of the store has bundles including double weapon XP tokens from some of them, and I'm sure there'll be free bundles in the future. And also leveling up the battle pass to certain tiers will get you weapon XP tokens too, and I'll imagine at some point in the future Infinity Ward might add weapon XP tokens to the daily challenge rewards. So there's tons of ways to earn weapon XP tokens, and obviously if you've got them, make sure to use them wisely. Unfortunately, you can't right now see how long you've got left on your token. It's a visual glitch where you're not actually able to see the countdown, but I'm sure they'll add that in the future. Just note what time you activated it and try and activate it as close as you can to when the match starts. If you're on PlayStation, don't forget that also playing with a teammate from any platform will give you a 25% bonus on top of that. So paired with the other tips will allow you to level up your guns really fast. Finally, in Warzone, if you're playing Warzone, players who own Modern Warfare 2 will get an XP or weapon XP bonus at the end of the match, and it will show this when you finish the match. It will show in the top left corner that you're getting that premium bonus. So don't leave the match early, stay in the match till the end unless there's nothing really to do, and that way you'll get that premium MW2 bonus just for playing Warzone. So honestly, these all add up to give you a ton of weapon XP for your weapons, and I'm sure you guys will be maxing out your weapons in absolutely no time. These are the fastest ways to level up your guns currently in Modern Warfare 2. If you found these tips helpful, leaving a like on the video would be much appreciated so that other people can find the video too. If you have any other tips I didn't mention, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And as I previously mentioned, I'm also making tons of other useful multiplayer, co-op and Warzone guides, so feel free to check them out. And if any of these sound good to you guys, hitting the subscribe button and clicking the bell icon next to it to turn on post notifications would be greatly appreciated so you can stay up to date with all my latest Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone videos. But thank you so much for watching, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.